Hello, children of nerddom, and welcome to the second episode of Hidden Nerds with Oodle and Bosh. Today, we're going to be discussing the MCU. Before we get started, though, I'd like to start by paying homage to Stan Lee, a man we will do a proper episode on down the road. Born Stanley Martin Lieber on December 28, 1922, he would grow up to be one of the greatest minds behind what is now the entertainment juggernaut known as Marvel. The creator of many characters such as Spider-Man, Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, and so many others, he was a man who wasn't afraid to dream of a world that was nothing short of fantastic. He will be remembered, he will be missed, he will forever be amazing. Wow, Oodle, I was totally expecting you to interrupt me with something stupid. What? Ow! Damn it, Oodle, what the hell?
Don't you dare insult my love and respect for the great Stan Lee. You were saying something nice, and I want to let you finish. Oh, the only stupid thing you'll get from me now is what I'll do to you in your sleep tonight.
Fuck me.
Maybe. Hello, everybody. It's your bestest buddy, Oodle. I'll wipe that look off your face, Bosh. I was just messing with you. As you know, we're talking about the MCU today. We'll be talking about where we believe the MCU started. We'll also go over mine and Bosh's favorite movies. And, moments from the franchise as well. Our favorite just, moments. As well as our desires for the future. And we'll even talk about what superpowers we'd like to have. Oh, what I would do with my superpowers. Oh, God, what I would do.
Easy, Oodle. You don't need to creep the audience out any more than you did with me.
I'm gonna.
Anyways, I'm sure there are those out there that would say Robert Downey Jr.'s utterance of the words, "I am Iron Man," was the beginning of the MCU. There are others, however, that would probably say that it started when Nick Fury wanted to recruit Tony Stark for the Avengers Initiative. We here at Hidden Nerds would say that...
Feige!
Yes, Oodle. You see...
Basically, Marvel was struggling for quite some time to get its properties on the big screen. The success of films like Blade and the X-Men helped pave the way for more superhero movies. So, in 2005, Marvel struck a deal with Merrill Lynch for a whopping $525 million. Marvel would then use that newfound cash to reacquire the rights to characters like Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, and Black Widow, since, the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, and the X-Men were, far from home. Do you see what I did there, Bosh?
Yes, Oodle. So, Marvel...
Then, in 2007, Marvel made Kevin Feige head of Marvel Studios, under his guidance as producer, and with a rock star level of charm from Robert Downey Jr., the 2008 release and success of Iron Man would kickstart what we know today as the MCU. So, in a nutshell, praised be he, oh magnificent Feige.
Oodle, are you going to interrupt me every time?
Things were kind of rough back in the early 2000s, though, with terrible movies like Daredevil and the Fantastic Four, Hulk and Catwoman, and God damn it, I hate Green Lantern!
Easy there, Oodle, just breathe. Also, try to remember that was after the MCU started, and also those last two were DC.
Yeah, I know. I just really wanted to say that.
How about you just take a quick break and I'll finish up this part of the episode, huh?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'll be back. God damn it, fucking Green Lantern, such a shitty movie.
All right. Oodle's rant basically boils down to this. Kevin Feige was the driving force behind taking these characters and turning them into household names. This is why we here at Hidden Nerds agree that the true start of the MCU resides in the mind of the man who dreamed of a shared cinematic universe where Earth's mightiest heroes would join forces in ways they had never done before. This is, however, just our take on it, and that's the beauty of these things. Everyone can have their own opinion and discussions
Bored now.
Jesus Christ, don't sneak up on me like that.
I want to talk about my favorite stuff now.
Well, just let me finish.
Now.
For fuck's sake, Fine. Tell everyone about your favorite movies in the MCU.
My favorite movie, and clearly the best movie in the MCU, is Howard the Duck.
Oodle, that's not part of the MCU. Did we not just say the MCU started with Kevin Feige? He wasn't a part of these movies back then.
But he was in several movies.
Yes, Oodle, but it wasn't the same thing. Have you even been listening to what I've said? Or yourself? You're the one that blurted out Kevin Feige in the beginning like you knew where I was going with this.
Oh, no, his last name just sounds funny to me. I like to yell it from time to time.
Are you serious right now?
Feige!
You tire me, Oodle. You were supposed to pick a movie in the Marvel lineup that came out after the first Iron Man movie or the first Iron Man movie. Are there any of those that are your favorite?
Yeah, Howard the...
Not Howard the Duck.
Oh, I know. Every time Scarlet Johansen is on screen.
That's not a movie, Oodle. That's an actress making appearances in movies.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Oodle, did you hear what I just said?
She's so pretty. I wonder if she decided to move that couch in her living room.
What?
Also been a while since she took her trash out. The lawn's looking a little long, too.
Oodle, what the hell are you saying?
Whoopsie. So, what's your favorite stuff in the MCU, Bosh?
Yeah, let's just keep this moving before the police get involved. Yes, my favorite movies in the MCU are Iron Man 1 and Endgame. For me, it's just simply what they represent. Iron Man was the beginning of what would become this massive decade-spanning saga that some believed would be impossible to pull off, and Endgame also, one of my favorites just because it's the end of that saga, the culmination of 23 interconnected films.
I too like the beginnings and endings of things, like when Scarlet begins a shower and ends
Oodle,
it.
you really need to stop.
Oopsie. I need to not think out loud so much.
Yes, Oodle, you may need to get that figured out, and I may need to encourage Miss Johansen to get a restraining order. Now, moving on, let's discuss what we'd like to see going forward in the MCU. How about it, Oodle? What would you like to see going forward? And it had better not be something weird involving Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, come on, Bosh. I'm not a total creep.
But clearly you are on some level.
Hush. What I'm about to say is something Marvel really needs to take to heart. The future of the MCU does not need to be led by Captain Marvel, New Avengers, or Young Avengers.
Oh, God.
X-Men, Fantastic Four, or Silver Surfer. It needs to be...
Don't say it.
Howard.
Not Howard the
Duck.
Damn Duck. Oodle, that is absolutely stupid. Howard the Duck is best used in cameos. You need to let it go. He will never get his own solo movie in the MCU. That 1986 dumpster fire was the first and last time that will ever happen. Let it go.
No, he's the best character ever. I believe in him. God damn it. I hate you.
And there he goes again. Well, he's off being a crybaby.
I'm not a crybaby.
Anyways, I think the characters I'd like to see going forward would be Miles Morales and probably Beta Ray Bill. I think a solid team up between him and Thor would be pretty sweet. Let's see, there are also, the obvious ones like...
Howard the Duck?
No, not fucking... The obvious ones like the X-Men, the Fantastic Four. I think most of all I would like to see Adam Warlock and maybe the Sentry make appearances. Of course, seeing Adam Warlock in Guardians 3 is a clear choice for him. Sentry, on the other hand, would be a bit tricky, I think. Plus, they would need a hero that could go toe-to-toe with him. Maybe Hulk and Captain Marvel could tag team him. Seeing those two in a 1v2 match would be pretty sweet, I think. And of course, Nova. I'm right there with a lot of you and want to see him on the big screen. Oh yeah, there are definitely things I want to see going forward. Well, I suppose we should keep this moving along and get to superpowers. Oodle and I
Superpowers?
God damn it! Stop sneaking up on me like that.
Do you know what superpower I'd like to have?
Ugh. Let me guess. The power to turn invisible so you could spy on Scarlet Johansen some more.
No, I don't need superpowers for that. Nope, if I could have any superpowers, I would want the Scarlet Touch.
Oh, Christ, don't tell me.
Imagine it, the ability to turn anything you touched into Scarlet Johansson.
1, that is creepy as fuck. 2, that is stupid as fuck. And 3, you absolutely stole that from that episode of Family Guy where Peter could do that with Robin Williams.
Maybe, but you know what they say. It's not about who does it first, it's about who does it best.
How is that any better? You'd probably end up turning your own dick into some little version of her. Would you really want that?
Yeah, well, guess I didn't really consider that. Yeah, I guess that would be kind of weird. Having a sexy dick that looked like Scarlett Johansson would be one hell of a conundrum.
Among other things.
Yeah, I guess on second thought I'd probably just go with the power to make people live out their worst fears until they went insane and killed themselves.
Jesus. Oodle, is there really no middle ground with you?
Probably not.
Anyways, I suppose I'd just go with the power to change my size.
Why would you want that? I thought the whole point of the Sasquatch mating with little people was to shrink down and hide from humanity.
That's true, but I really just want to wander through the woods and fuck with hikers and stoners. Be there 1 second as a giant Sasquatch to see them shit their pants and then shrink down and disappear into the foliage the next. Do you know how many conspiracy theorists I could drive insane with that power?
Jeez, now look who needs to find some middle ground.
Don't compare me to you. When you're not stalking Scarlett Johansson, you're wishing you could drive people insane to the point they kill themselves. I just want to make some poor bastard freak the fuck out. I wouldn't want him to kill himself. The YouTube videos he would make about seeing me would be priceless. Anyways, we should probably get to our final thoughts on Endgame and wrap this thing up. How about it, Oodle? What'd you think?
Those motherfuckers killed my woman.
That it?
There is only that.
Alrighty then. For me, I'll just go ahead and say I loved it. Was it perfect? No. Was it even the best movie in the MCU? Probably not, but it was a fitting end to one of the most ambitious projects in movie history, and has likely set the standard for team-up movies for the foreseeable future. Well, everyone, I'd say that brings this episode of Hidden Nerds to a close. Thank you all for... Oodle... What the hell are you doing? Stop poking me. Quit it. You don't have the Scarlet Touch.
You don't know unless you try. Goodbye, everybody, and don't forget to spread the good word of nerd.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much for listening to episode 2 of Hidden Nerds with Oodle and Bosh, Era's End. Not much of an update to do here for this episode. Still working on getting a website together. I'm just getting all the other things that one needs to make a podcast legit. In terms of just making the show better, some of the things I know that I need to figure out and get squared away are probably a better microphone and some sort of maybe legitimate recording booth. Right now, I'll be honest with you, pretty rough setup. I've got a few sound tiles on the wall, those anti-sound, those foamy things. I've got like a quote-unquote sound dampening curtain behind me. Kind of sectioning off a small part of my little studio apartment room here. semi-room, whatever. There's space for a bed, and it's separated from the living room, so it's kind of a room. Anyway, so yeah, I'm still just working on that. I know it's going to be difficult. I got a move coming up here in September, so that might change things as well. But anyway, just want to let you all know, still working on getting all the bits and pieces together to make this thing better. So yeah, that's really all there is to it this week. I hope you're all having a great week amongst everything that's going on. I know it's crazy out there. I hope you're all staying safe. And, when we come out the other side of this thing, I hope you're all still standing tall. All right? Have a good week. We'll see you with the next one. And please continue to spread that good word of nerd. Bye, everybody.